Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Polygon Matic. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, before we get into the charts, as always, there are two donation links down below in the description. So if you want to support Ukraine financially, that is the best two ways to do so, by supporting either the Ukraine's military or the Ukrainian refugees who are trying to find new homes across the world. So thanks to everyone who has donated, and it really doesn't matter how much you donate. So even if it's $2, it still is going to add up and it will help eventually someone. So that is it for the donations. Now let's get into the charts. So we are on the daily chart. Obviously we have our Fibonacci retracement because we don't chart without them. So our swing high is here, May 16th, with the swing low here in July. Since then, we haven't even gone close to losing this swing low, which is bullish. That is great. This means that we are printing a higher low at this point. So you have your high and you have your lower high. Actually, this is not even a lower high. So this is a double top pattern, right? This is a double top pattern because we both times we ran into $2.71. You had little wicks here, but that doesn't really matter. This swing low here, you have a higher low. So it's looking good for Matic right now. If we start zooming in, just a little bit, so you can see that we have this support over here from $1.40 all the way to $1.29.5, which is the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. So it's doing what it needs to do, because once you broke out above this 0.5 level here, as you can see, you broke out and you haven't had the back test of support, and that's exactly what you're doing over here. So this is all looking very, very good. We are potentially having a nice I wanted to say a double bottom pattern, but it's not a double bottom pattern because the second low is lower than the first one. So that invalidates the pattern. So that's no longer a valid double bottom pattern. But still, you can look for buy limit orders at $1.29.5. Obviously, I always recommend having the buy order slightly above the support level so that there's more chances of you getting filled. Now, we have a strong resistance level here at $1.70. This trend line was here for multiple months because I haven't charted Matic after the war started. So this is my first update in a long time for Polygon Matic. And as you can see, just recently at the beginning of April, we ran into this resistance at $1.70. So if you're looking for a quick little trade, you're looking to flip some coins, then if you get in at the 0.5 and sell at $1.70, that's almost 32 cents gain. Okay, so we did have an EMA squeeze over here where the 20 EMA, the yellow line, bounced off the 55, and as you can see, it did seem like we were going to get the bullish cross. We were above the 20 EMA, things were looking good, but then we had that little crash over here, April 4th to April 5th. And right now you're in this buy zone, so this is still a good opportunity to dollar cost average into your Matic positions. Now we are overextended from the 20 EMA, so potentially look for a backtest of resistance of the 20 EMA. That's around about a 7% trade, potential 7% trade for you. Also, we can potentially bounce off the golden ratio here at 10% at a 10% trade, which is currently sitting at $1.54. So that is the golden ratio. That is a level that has been rejecting us and that has been a support level for us previously. So all these levels do matter. If you're in Matic for the long term, what I would suggest is simply dollar cost average in here. And if you go lower, dollar cost average even lower. Now, if we were to go lower, what are some of these support levels to look out for? So obviously we do have $1.08 over here. That is something to keep an eye on. As you can see, we have held this level previously over here. So anywhere above that would be a great entry for Polygon Matic. Now, if we start zooming out just a little bit so that we can see what are our long-term targets, then we have a target over here at the 1.618. I'm going to remove the affiliate wave. So 1.618 is sitting at $6.80, which is the target that we are going to be looking at after we break this swing high. As you can see, we failed to do that the second time. So after you break above that, back test it as support, you're looking at the 1.618, because most of the times after you break the first fib level, you are going to go all the way up to the 1.618. So I don't know if this is going to be the bull market end target for Polygon Matic. I would assume if the bull market is getting overextended, we can even see something like this, which is $11, almost $12 at the second fib level. But let's not get far ahead of ourselves. So let's stay conservative. That's what I like to do on this channel. So yeah, dollar cost average in. Let's jump into the daily RSI. So basically, the RSI is bouncing off of a support trend line over here, and potentially you do have the opportunity to lose this support if Bitcoin starts crawling back down. If that were to happen, I would put some buy orders at the support of this trend line. If you lose that, buy some more. Right? It's simple as that. It really is simple as that. You don't even need to be looking at any support or crucial support levels, in my opinion, because if you lose this support trend line on the RSI and you get oversold, or you get anywhere near the oversold, that is a great entry for Matic, right? Because you can see over here, once you have been oversold over here, the recovery was very quick and very strong. So that is something that happens after you get oversold on the daily chart. Now what I want to do is jump into the Binance chart. Okay, so on the Binance chart over here, the Stochastic Rsi is showing us that we are oversold, which is great. It's always great to see that, because this means that we can enter, and it's a lot safer to enter right now. And now let's jump into the MACD. We just got a bearish cross. I keep mixing those two up. So we got a bearish cross here where the moving average crossed below the signal line, and we are going below the histograms right now. So essentially, this is a confirmation of the downtrend on the daily chart, right? So if we can see where that happened, basically April 5th is when we got the bearish cross on the MACD, and since then we did have a 20% pullback. So this is how you can use the MACD, obviously, to your advantage, but I wouldn't rely on it 100% of the time. That's why you need to combine more oscillators together, such as the Stochastic Rsi and the Relative Strength Index. Now let's jump into the weekly chart. I haven't actually looked at the weekly chart. So the weekly Stochastic Rsi is in the oversold, which means it's a great time to enter. And if we look where the 55, actually, what is that? I'm going to remove that. Actually, if we look where the 55 EMA is right now, it's holding us as support. The 20 EMA is coming closer. They're catching up with the 55 EMA. So all of this is looking very good right now. So I wouldn't be worried about Polygon Matic just yet, because we haven't lost that 55 EMA. Now, if we were to look for some other support trend lines, we have the 80 EMA over here on the weekly chart, sitting at $1.18. So that's something to target as well. If we start losing the 55 and banging our head on the resistance, then you can look for the 80 EMA. But so far, so good. We're not losing the 55. We basically had a couple of wicks below the 55, but that happens. You can ignore the wicks basically. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for Matic right now. Obviously, the bullish thing for us would be is to get above the 20 EMA on the weekly chart and start breaking this high over here. Because if you start running into the same resistance multiple times, then you are more likely than not going to have to come back down to backtest some lower support levels to get more strength for your next move. But that has been pretty much it for Polygon Matic, guys. If I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Patreon. It's a great way to support me financially and a great way for me to give back to those who support me, because I do post daily over there. We have your personal TA technical analysis. We have video requests. We have TA lessons. We have what else we have? We have market sentiment analysis, video requests, a whole bunch of stuff, guys. So just give it a try, give it a shot, see if you like it. I'm trying to provide more quality content over there for those who actually want it. So yeah, and also don't forget to support Ukraine if you are able to financially. Anything is appreciated. So that is pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.